Hey guys, Tad here with Kiss Organics. I wanted to do a follow-up to my trivia post yesterday. This was the photo in question, and you can see the unique swelling at the nodes on this plant. It almost looks like galls. Some people guessed that it was super cropping. However, these plants have never been super cropped. And we do have a positive HPLVD test, or HLVD. That's the hop latent viroid that is supporting this result. Many of you are familiar now with hops latent. Unfortunately, it's becoming more and more common, and I'm happy to do a separate post talking about spread and decontamination and all of those things as well. I was waiting to make this post because I wanted to get a second confirmation from Dr. Jack Munns over at Three Rivers Biotech. That's who does our testing for us through our website. And I did do a podcast with them a little while back, so you can go check that out if you want to hear more about virus and virus testing. But we are seeing with the HLVD a variety of symptoms in cannabis plants. The plant may appear healthy while the viroid lays dormant until the plant appears to encounter some sort of environmental stress. And then we see symptoms ranging from loss of potency, yellowing, misshapen leaves, stunting, the plant's inability to support itself, and just a general brittle or weak stem structure. And in some cases, the swelling at the nodes. So it's really important that you are observant of your plant, that you do consistent testing in order to make sure that you have confidence in clean material. And one of the interesting findings that is coming out in research right now, and this is something that I just did a podcast with Suzanne Wainwright Evans, the bug lady, sharing some of the hemp research that she heard at a recent private hemp conference. And that's essentially that the root tissue may be a more reliable source of viroid testing for HPLV than the above ground leaf biomass. And what their findings were essentially that, and she gives a number in the podcast interview, but essentially many of the plants tested negative for the viroid when they tested the leaf tissue, and then they would test the root tissue, and they found that the root samples would test positive, whereas none of the plants where the roots tested negative did the leaf tissue test positive. So there's a lot of reasons there to test the root tissue to get a more reliable result potentially. So I thought that was really interesting research. That interview is already available on our new Patreon, the raw footage, but the actual podcast interview will be coming out probably this week or next week at the latest. So if people are interested, let me know. I can try and track down more information about this viroid disinfection, best practices, and put together another post or even maybe another podcast around it. But reach out if you have any questions, and just wanted to share. And for those of you that participate, I just want to say thanks. Whatever the guess is or the comment, it's really about just going through the mental process of thinking about how to approach your garden, what some of the variables are, what some of the things it could be. So honestly, if you get it wrong, don't sweat it. I get these things wrong all the time. I'm constantly learning, and I hope we can all continue to learn from each other. So thanks, everyone. Have a great day.